There are today 9 countries known to have the bomb or the power of nuclear destruction. For the first time in history, we have the power to bring about that, and Russia, China, North Korea, Iran are especially dangerous. Does it have to come about that way in Revelation? No. But the fact is, for the first time, the only time, we actually have the power to bring about this mass destruction. Write therefore what you have seen, what is now, and what will take place later. What you have seen, what is now, and what will take place. We're opening up the most mysterious book of the Bible, the one that has puzzled more people than any other book, the book of Revelation. Many generations of believers have wondered if they were going to see what it was speaking about. Tonight we're going to deal with a question, because as we lay the foundation, are we that generation, or are we near? Is it around the corner? Is it coming? Are we approaching the apocalypse? Are there signs now that it may be nearer than we may have thought? We're not going to get dogmatic. We're not going to put God in a box. And we're not going to go off the rails where people believe that they're in the tribulation right now. God can come whenever he chooses. But we are to be ready and to know the signs of the times and the coming of the Lord. We're going to focus solely on what the book of Revelation says about the end times, not the rest of the Bible, except I may reference something occasionally. But the focus is what is in the book of Revelation. Can we see signs of where we are? First, one would think that the events would take place before the greatest stage. At the time of the Bible, the population of the entire world is estimated to be around 188 million people. Today, the nation of China alone has several times that number. The world's population reached 1 billion in the year 1803. It took all that time to reach 1 billion, 1803. It reached 2 billion in 1927. So it took all those years, then it took a little over 100 years to reach the 2nd billion. It reached that. When I was born, it was almost 3 billion. Today, the population of Earth is 8 billion. Never have so many people been alive to witness the events that the Bible speaks about of Revelation. I saw a great multitude that no one could number. In Revelation 9:16, it speaks of an invading army. It says the army had 200 million soldiers. 200 million. That's more than the entire population of the world when Revelation was written. Never before could there be an army realistically raised on earth of 200 million people, only in our day. The sign of fire. In the book of Revelation, you see fire. Revelation 8:7, the first angel blew his trumpet. There followed hail and fire mixed with blood, and these were thrown upon the earth, and a third of the earth was burned, a third of the trees and grass burned up with fire. In 2 Peter, reference now, it says, but they deliberately forgot that long ago by God's word the heavens came into being, the earth was formed out of water and by water. By these waters also the world of that time was destroyed and flooded. But the same world, the present heavens and earth are reserved for fire, being kept for the day of judgment. The world will be destroyed by fire. Now this could speak of the very end of the old creation, but nevertheless, when you read Revelation, you see this. You see the imagery of fire. Why could this be a sign of where we are, that we are nearing it? Revelation speaks of a destruction that has never been seen on the earth. And it's in our day that for the first time in the history of the world, we actually have the ability to destroy the planet. It only happened in this 20th century, first demonstrated by our own country, United States, when it dropped the bomb, the atomic bomb on Hiroshima. Since then, our ability to destroy the earth has only multiplied and proliferated. There are today 9 countries known to have the bomb or the power of nuclear destruction. The United States, Russia, China, France, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, North Korea, and Israel. And another is rushing to have it right now, that is right now about to wage war, which is Iran. For the first time in history, we have the power to bring about that, and Russia, China, North Korea, Iran are especially dangerous. Does it have to come about that way in Revelation? No. But the fact is, for the first time, the only time, we actually have the power to bring about this mass destruction. Revelation speaks of the stars falling to the earth. Does that mean actual stars? Well, to John, anything, lights in the night, in the heavens, would be stars. They come down. They could be meteors. They could be shooting stars. It's possible they could be missiles, light coming down from the sky. It would describe it after you were describing it back then. And the same chapter says the third angel sounded his trumpet. A great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky. And a third of the rivers on the springs of water, the name of the star is Wormwood. So he sees this, what looks like a star coming down, and it poisons the waters. Could it be a meteor? Yes. Could it be something else? Yes. Could it be a nuclear missile? Yes. It would come down like that. It would look like that, poison. The most dramatic event we have ever seen concerning nuclear poisoning was that of the Russian nuclear reactor called Chernobyl. It was in Chernobyl. The place is called in Russia Chernobyl. It poisoned everything, left everything uninhabitable. The Russian word for that place, the name of the place, Chernobyl, means wormwood. In the center of the town of Chernobyl is a Wormwood Star Memorial, and you know what it shows? An angel blowing a trumpet. It's from the prophecy of Revelation 8. The fact that it happened in a place called Wormwood and involved poisoning of everything and it was nuclear power, could that be a sign that these things, some of it, could come about through nuclear destruction? The book of Revelation is interesting concerning this. It doesn't outright say the nation of Israel will be a nation in the last days or gather back, but it's clearly showing you that it is. In Revelation 7, it says, "Then I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. From Judah, 12,000. From Reuben, 12,000. Gad, Asher, Naphtali, and on." Now the Jehovah's Witness claimed to be the 144,000. And this worked for them for a while until they had more than 144,000 members. What do you do with the extra? Now, if Revelation 7 said, "I saw 144,000 and they each went to every doorstep with copies of the Watchtower magazine," they might have a shot at it. It doesn't work. The prophecy is very clear. 144,000 are numbered from the nation of Israel. 12,000 from every tribe can only be the children of Israel. And notice the 10 lost tribes are in there too. Because the 10 lost tribes, there are people from the lost tribes who are in Israel, who are part of the Jewish people. They just don't know who they are. Only God knows. Now, most likely, this wouldn't be speaking of Jewish people scattered all over the world. It would be speaking of Jewish people in the land of Israel. They're together. In fact, they're connected to Mount Zion in Israel. Further, in Revelation 11, it speaks of the two witnesses being killed. It says their bodies will lie in the public square of the great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, where also their Lord was crucified. Where was the Lord crucified? Jerusalem. Jerusalem is at the center. It is inhabited. It's a living city in Revelation. It's a living city. Has been a backwater place for 2,000 years, only when the Jewish people came back. And the 144,000 are linked to Mount Zion, which is in the city of Jerusalem. Revelation also speaks of an image of the beast. If this is connected to the abomination desolation, the Messiah speaks about it. The Antichrist will declare himself, Paul said, the Antichrist, the man of perdition, the beast, will declare himself God in the holy place. There's only one place a Jewish person would call the holy place. That is the temple or the Temple Mount. That's Jerusalem again. So remember, Messiah said the Jewish people will be taken captive to all nations. So for the Jewish people to be in Israel and Jerusalem, at the end, in Revelation, they have to be gathered back to the land. It is the clear prophetic milestone marker of biblical prophecy at the end times, and Revelation is aligned with it, that Israel must be back in the land, and so it is. We are The generation that has seen what Christians for ages long to see, that Israel would be resurrected into the world. We are the only generation, this whole thing, that has witnessed the gathering of the Jewish people to the ends of their... They're still being gathered, by the way, back to their homeland, and the resurrection has never happened before. We are again, sign of Revelation. Hi, I'm Jonathan Cahn, and I hope you were blessed with the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Feel free to share your reactions with your comments and how you were blessed, and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.